Yep, I knew that was going to happen. How did I know that that was going to be the case? How did I know that that was going to happen? 3 broken tackles off a draw. 3 of them. Are you seeing the cheating? 3 broken tackles. Let's watch that. I knew that was going to be a touchdown the moment I called it. Lay down. So it is snowing here in Columbus, Ohio, as we play Purdue, which is the final game of the episode. The snow looks good in Columbus. We are first in the conference. Objectively, we are, and we're probably going to play Iowa in the Big Ten championship game. Who did we play last year? I think we played Maryland, and then before that, it was Michigan State. So we beat Michigan State, we beat Maryland, and I think this year it's going to be Iowa. So there's been like 3 different teams on that side, the other side of the division, who have come out of that side and played a championship, while we've just been a consistent anchor on this side of the conference. And Purdue is going to go, very simple, basic offense. They're 2-8. They suck. And again, if we didn't throw that interception before halftime, Illinois just has 19 points. So not our best game last week. Again, Illinois, it was a rivalry game, so the game tried to script it and make it close. So this battle for the buck or whatever. So that I can deal with that. They still didn't get 30. And other than the Virginia Tech game, that's the most we've ever allowed. So we're still playing good. We're still first in defense. We got nothing to worry about. But throw to Danny Anthrop, and he only gets 3. Danny Etling. They're probably going to go read option. Nope. Why did it do that to Reeves? I saw that. Why did it make Reeves? I clicked on him, and it purposely stopped running. I could have gotten their game. I could have made a play on that. You purposely made Reeves stop running and allow that catch to happen. Up the draw. And we have a Purdue running back breaking tackles. A Purdue running back breaking tackles. Don't start cheating, game. Why did it click me on the Apple? And how are they already at the 15 with the most basic offense in existence? You're not going anywhere. Josh Perry loses 3. Perry again on the stop. They lose 3 more. I knew they'd try and throw it there. It's still not enough. And it's 4th and 3. So what are they going to do? Go for it or a field goal? They're going to go field goal. They're a little intimidated by trying to go for it. So they're going to settle for 3. I knew they were going to go to that out route. That's all the CPU ever does. Clark has no kickoff returns for a touchdown. This team still has not gotten a single special teams touchdown. Good block, Elliott! Elliott! But our offense proved last week that we can put up 40. You know, if it's a situation where our defense is playing that great and we need our offense to just outscore, we can. So at least we have that in our, gear. It's typically locked down. Not the greatest offense, but we can still put up points if our defense is slacking off. Marshall, what a catch. It was thrown behind him. And Barrett has had a habit of throwing a lot of passes behind a lot of receivers. That's like the 6th time I've seen that exact animation where it's thrown behind a receiver. I didn't have this issue with Braxton Miller. It's only Barrett, JT Barrett. (1,395 rushing yards for Elliott and only 22 touchdowns, and all those touchdowns have been within 5 yards or so. He's not had a single long run this season that has resulted in a touchdown. He just hasn't. Ball is going to be short by a yard, and we're going for it. We are definitely not punting to 2-8 Purdue. Elliott picked it up. Was that Georgia losing to Louisiana Monroe as a second-ranked team at home? I need to see that scoreboard again. That team was very low tied in overtime. Battle of 2 very below average SEC teams. Barrett brought down. Take off with Barrett, and he's going to score. They weren't expecting me to take off. I did. He took a shot, and he gets on one knee and thanks the Lord Almighty. Amen. They didn't expect that. I did. That completely caught them off guard. He can take off. Nebraska's number 12, so we might see them in the championship game. Nope, Michigan beats Iowa. So Iowa loses their second game of the season. I think that makes Michigan 8-3. Texas A&M beats LSU. How is Texas A&M as a 3-loss team number 4? We're there. Cam will. He will. Yeah, Georgia, I did see that right. Georgia, the second-ranked team, is losing by 10 at home to unranked Louisiana Monroe. That would be a very devastating loss if that did transpire. I just love how I didn't let me tackle there. And this nobody with no star under his name can get 19 yards. Was right there with Bogert off the edge. I can't get to him. Guys, what are we doing? They're just running the ball. That's it. It's not anything exciting. This is going to stop. No, enough. No more. No game. And they still trying to get a broken tackle animation out of that too. I was there with Bogert off the edge, just like I should have been earlier. 3rd and 11. Again, not enough for a first. So Purdue will try another field goal. Can't guard both. James Clark wide open on the sideline. Can't guard both. We got to get ready for Michigan. This cannot be a trap game. It cannot be a look-ahead game. That's going to be it for the first quarter. 6-7 is your score. Oh, Howard. They just left him open. Look at Thomas on the jet sweep. Thomas! That's the most amount of yards he's got on a jet sweep. Michael Thomas. And that player is stuck and froze. He's frozen. Georgia has made it a game and they're tied, but again, that's still embarrassing. That's a competitive game. They're supposed to be the best team in the SEC, and they're tied with Louisiana Monroe unranked at home. And they have Georgia Tech right after this. Maybe that's why it's a look-ahead game. They're looking ahead to Georgia Tech, who I think is undefeated still. Boggs caught it and got brought down. Got tackled in midair and still hung on. Barrett is 5 for 5, and Denny Etling is 6 for 6. James Clark is not a running back, and I don't know why he was in the backfield. Probably because we called Z-spot and changed our mind last minute. This will be another goal line merchant touchdown for Elliott, so he can keep stat padding and pretending like he's a Heisman candidate when he's really not. Touchdown, Elliott. Sack. I took both of it away, and Bosa got there. Took both of his options away, and Bosa brings down Etling. Man, what a season Bosa is having. He's surpassed Noah Spence's season from a year ago. And Georgia does indeed get upset and lose to Louisiana Monroe at home. Wow. No words for that, Georgia. No words. You're supposed to be a playoff contender, and you lose a game like that. No words. Did he get there? He did. Man, we sacked them too. How do they get a first down out of that? We sacked them. This dude Etling is Tom Brady. He's 9 for 9. Like, gang, you can't be any less obvious. Or sack, he took it away again. He just dilly-dallies, and Tommy just shut the door on him. You can't just take your time back there and think you got all day. Incomplete. That should have been picked off, but Von Bell on the coverage, and Purdue goes 3 and out. That was sad. And LA got folded like that to make it even worse. Nope, it's not a vertical like you thought it was. It was a flat. See if you thought that it was going to be a vertical based on the formation we were in. Nope. Ball. I try to spin around and get clever. Howard caught. They just let him run right by him. 61 receiving yards for Howard. And I didn't even check. Again, I keep forgetting to check the recruiting goals. That was dangerous. That DB was annoying and didn't leave the area like I thought he would, but he didn't make a play on it. They just forgot about Howard again. Touchdown. 10 for 10, Barrett is on this game. Not a single incompletion. They keep leaving Howard open. He has way too much time. That stops the clock for us. That's another drop, another stop, and another stoppage of time. Cam Will is right there. 3rd and 10. Is this going to be a handoff? It looks like it will be. Nope, timeout. So scoring early actually paid off in a way. Usually I wait till we chew the entire clock because I'm afraid of what the CPU is going to do. You know, chaos always ensues whenever they have the ball under a minute, right before halftime to get in. Touchdown before half in the most absurd, chaotic way possible. So usually we keep the ball away from the CPU. But in rare cases like this, scoring early is not a death sentence. We can actually get a stop and get a 2 for 1. And we do get the ball to start the second half as well. Wide open, Marshall. Marshall the Martian. 11 for 11. Not a single completion for Barrett. Wide open again. Marshall touchdown. The screen was ran to perfection. And Barrett throws another dime. We may get another 2 for 1 scenario. Well, but we do have 2 timeouts, so that's going to be kind of difficult. Good tackle. I think they did us a favor by calling a timeout. This may not be a run, though. I think this is a pass. Yeah. He's going to get sacked, and we're going to call a timeout. Bosa and Hill combined on Etling, and he goes down for the 3rd time. Michael Hill gets credit for the sack. Timeout. All right, 8 seconds, no timeouts. That's enough time to do something. Clark, just get out. We're not good at field goal kicking. We're just not. That's not something we can do well. It's not just no. No, why was it thrown like that? Not enough time. Maybe should have got out of bounds earlier with Howard in the punt return, but try to get as close as we could. Well, we got to be ready for a scripted game next week against Michigan. It's a rivalry game. We beat Michigan in season one, 42-35 on the road at the Big House. Then we beat them again at home by the same exact score, 42-35. So the game has a predetermined script for Ohio State to lose that game. And so that we need to have just ask no questions, just straight up take care of business, a no fly policy. Because that game is going to be scripted. It's going to be, artificially favored into where Michigan is going to have to keep it close by all means necessary. Marshall got open again. 91 yards receiving for Marshall, the Martian. And Barrett is still perfect. 15 for 15. I'm surprised we've not had to throw it away. We'll have to wonder and see how far they will fall from the rankings. That's a bad loss. That deserves to be kicked out of the top 10. Wide open again, Howard touchdown. 35 yards. Barrett is throwing dots in the snow. They keep getting caught in that zone coverage and they keep getting burned in it. I need to see Barrett and this offense do this against Michigan to be convinced we can actually play offense. Doing it against Illinois and Purdue, that's not convincing enough because we didn't do it against Bama and Clemson and really Rutgers. And that was kind of embarrassing. Where is this offense? I need to see it show up in the playoffs too. In the Big Ten championship game. That's where I need to see this offense show up. But it just hasn't. Look at this dude. What? He started running and bro, how is the CPU just able to get away with that? That's so stupid. Nobody was open, and yet he has all day. All right, stop leaving him open. Instantly there with Armani Reeves. It's a loss of 4. Instant tackle. CPU, you thought you could get that off. No, sir. User interception. I knew where he was going to throw that, and he thought he could get it there. Nope. That wasn't open, CPU. Dummy. Dummy. That was so satisfying how the game cheated with that CPU scramble early. He started running. The game never decides to take off with the CPU and have them throw it last minute like that when they're almost behind the line, beyond the line of scrimmage. They never do that. Elliott. Gonna go ahead and sub out the starters. Take out Jones. And so Barrett is going to finish the game perfect. What was it, like 16 for 16, 17 for 17? A perfect game for Barrett. Not a single incompletion. Look at Cardell. Look at Cardell. I think we broke the CPU spirit on that one. Elliott, though, didn't have 100 yards rushing, so. Filthy. Deontay Dunn is filthy. Ray Irby, the running back, on the slant. Touchdown done. Again, this is going to be a road game against Michigan, so just be prepared for anything, all sorts of scripting, cheating. We know what time they're going to be on. You guys like my art? I draw. Going to be it's a work in progress. I'm going to post it on my art page on TikTok very soon once it's done. Because I have a TikTok page that I post art on, and I'm not posted on there since January. So I need to get back on that. But I have like three other channels to manage on, or two other channels to manage on TikTok, and three other YouTube channels to manage besides this one. So I got a lot on my plate. I have a lot on my plate, but I got to draw more, just upload more. So get them fours up. It's all Buckeyes. We're pounding Purdue. Bobby Howard's going off, and so is Barrett. But they are done for this game.
Second and 5.
Sack, no way! And that should have been picked off by Petway. That should have been picked off. That should have been intercepted. If I clicked on, that was intercepted. The game didn't let me click on there. He threw it right to Petway. I love how Apple did nothing. Didn't find the ball, didn't jump, didn't do anything. So cool. That was such a scripted that whole sequence was scripted. From the dropped intercepted to that. Ridiculous. That should have been intercepted. The game purposely chose to not let me animate or do anything with Apple there. That was predetermined.
Second and 10.
Feeling that would happen. Had a feeling.
That brings up 4th and 3. Easy. Kill.
going for it. We were not punting there.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6. Two times. Two down. Hey, watch that. Right 90.
So Oregon is number 5. Interesting. So they're still in the mix. And that would be a fun playoff team to play against.
No gain. That brings up 2nd and 9.
Don't be annoying, Purdue. Just allow this first down conversion to happen because it is. If I did not spin, that was a first down conversion, but me spinning triggered a shedding animation. We were going to get that if I didn't spin. We got pushed back. Yep, we were going to get there. And we... Purdue is so annoying. I swear, if they score... Zach Hammer! All we had to do was not spin, and we got the first, and the game would have been over. The game still wants to keep cheating for Purdue. He should have been sacked by Bosa. Etling is not good. He's not good enough to be breaking tackles from Williams. It shouldn't take a titanic effort to bring down Dalen Dawkins. Ridiculous cheating. Gosh, this game is just so shameless, bro. He should have been sacked. Should have been sacked. Now, because we spun when we didn't need to, they're going to convert some BS and score a touchdown. We're offsides. Send him to the ground. Now they're going to run the ball. Yep, we confused the CPU. We took it all away. Feinstein. Lewis got there, and there was pressure. Suck it, Purdue. Your cheating didn't work. And we even gave you an offsides penalty, and you still couldn't get in the end zone. Elite defense there. Elite. They were literally going at the same time, the play clock and the game clock.
Still second down.
That was elite defense. I don't think you guys understand how hard that was. When it's a situation like that to where you make a user error on offense, the one I did in spin, the rubber band logic automatically assumes that the CPU is just going to script and go score a touchdown. And so that was going to happen. Once the CPU got close enough, they should have scored. And we took away their favorite go-tos, which is the slants. We took both of it. They called that twice. We took it away both times. 4 total touchdowns, 330 yards passing for JT Barrett, a flawless game. But we took away both the slants both times. So now they got nervous, and they passed on every single down. They didn't run it, I don't think, once. They kept passing it, and they got denied each time. They had like 5 plays, and they couldn't get in. We brought the blitz every time, and it got home. Barrett, 17 for 17, finished the game flawless. His best game of his entire career, certainly the season, with 325.2 QBR. The highest he's ever achieved, the highest we've ever gotten with any quarterback. 338 through the air, 3 touchdowns, and a 1 on the ground as well. No interceptions. 100% completion percentage. Longest was 40 to Howard and was sacked 0 times. Dunn had 92 and touchdown. L had 54 and touchdown, 25 for Jones, 19 for Barrett, 21 for Thomas. Receiving, Howard had 159. That's the Bobby Howard that I know. 2 touchdowns, 91 for Marshall, the Martian, a touchdown, 31 for Ball, 41 for Clark, 16 for Elliott. Mike Irby had 8 defensively. Josh Perry, 11 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, a sack, and a user interception. Cam Burrows, 4 tackles. Tackle for loss for Reeves, Apple, Boggard, Bosa, and a sack for Bosa. Shutt had a sack and a tackle for loss. Michael Hill had a sack and a tackle for loss as well. On the Purdue side of things, how embarrassing was that? To cheat, script a drive, break a tackle, have a bunch of tackles get broken in your favor, even get an offsides penalty. You have all that, and yet you have 5 tries to get in on the inch line, and you turn away with 0 points. Etling, 22 for 30 through by far the most yards we've ever given a passing wise, 308. 163.9 QBR. He was sacked 4 times, longest pass of 47, 73% completion percentage. He did throw a pick, had 1 touchdown pass. Gregory had 61, -23 for Etling, -8 for Dawkins. Antoff had 103. Posey had 100 and a touchdown, 35 for Gregory, 18 for Carriagevall, and 42 for Mike. So we play Michigan. That is for next episode. Next episode is going to have all the heavy hitters: the game, the rivalry game, the Big Ten championship game, the playoffs, and the championship game. 4 games. In this episode, 4 games for the next. Hope you've enjoyed. We have finally reached the last episode of Ohio State Season 3. And I feel like we just started and we're already basically almost done with Ohio State. And again, I mean this. You will not see Ohio State again for a dynasty until 2019. It's going to be Ohio State drought after Season 3 because this is 2015. So they're not going to be back for another 4 years. So enjoy it while you can. Like, comment, and subscribe. Welcome back to the Ohio State Dynasty Season 3, the season finale of Season 3. Ohio State, this is the furthest we've ever gone with any team. We've never fully finished a Season 3 with any team on the channel. This is the first time we've actually reached a place to where, hey, we're about to complete a Season 3 and be done with a team for good. And for Ohio State, we won't see them again after the Season 3 is finished until 2019. So 4 more years of just no Buckeyes. And this episode is going to feature Michigan, the Big Ten championship game, the playoff selection show, the playoff semifinal, and the playoff championship. Michigan is coming off an 8-3 season. They beat, I believe, Iowa, right? Yeah, they beat Iowa 48-22. And so last year, we beat Michigan, and it was a home game for us, 42-35. The year before, in Season 1, we beat Michigan on the road, 42-35. So that shows that the game has a predetermined script to make it close because it's a rivalry game. It favors Michigan in those games because if I didn't play them, if I were to simulate, we would have lost both years in a row. So this year, I expect it to be no different. I expect it to be close and scripted, just like it has been the past 2 years in a row. Look at Clemson being number 6 and Nebraska being 11 and Wisconsin being 14. Bama is unranked. Wow, at some point they were 6-2 and could have been a playoff team, but they lost to LSU and they've really not recovered. But Clemson is right on the bubble. In fact, let's take a look at the AP polls actually, because this is the last week of the regular season before conference championship week. Who's in? Who's in the playoffs? Georgia Tech beat VTech, and they have Georgia, who lost embarrassingly last week to unranked Louisiana Monroe at home as a second-ranked team. They fell 13 spots, deservedly so. You don't lose at home as a second-ranked team to an unranked Louisiana Monroe team. You just don't do that. And so Georgia, who was number 2, and was going to play Georgia Tech. It was going to be 1 versus 2, but the game hates undefeated teams and favors chaos and upset. So the magnitude of that game got taken off a bit. But Georgia's playoff hopes, I think, is basically done. That was a bad loss, and so they're out. Marshall is not in, and A&M is not in, because they have too many losses. They're not going to get in at 10-3. That's too many losses. So Georgia Tech is number 1. They're probably going to beat Georgia, or they could lose. We're number 2. And really, Oregon, if they went out, is in. And Clemson, if they beat South Carolina and Georgia Tech, they are in the playoffs. So it could be a scenario where it's us, Oregon, Clemson, and Georgia Tech. Or USC is still there. Florida's right there. K-State. You know, this is a very tight finish. Things need to settle out. You know, more games need to be played. But Heisman watch, Elliott should not be in it anymore. Nope, he's still squarely in first. He had his worst game of the season, just 54 yards rushing and 1 touchdown. That's not a Heisman-worthy performance. I think Todd Gurley should probably get it. I think, Vad Lee should probably get it. He's not had a good year. Conference standings. So the conference as a whole, we are 1, and Michigan State is 6-2. I thought we were going to play Iowa. Iowa's 8-3. Wisconsin's 8-3. They're 5-3 in conference, though. A lot of teams 5-3. So Michigan, if we beat them, they fall to 6-3. And Michigan State, who's your final game of the season? Minnesota. You should win that and become 7-2 in conference. So we're going to play Michigan State in the conference championship game. Most likely. So this game against Michigan is one you're here for, as well as the other games coming up. We're favored. It's a road game. Michigan is 9th in points. They get 35. We also get 35. We're 11th. They're 4th in total defense, and we are 1st. They're 5th against the rush defense. We're 1st. We're 38th against the pass. They're 14th. Get ready for the game. Well, this is a big game. Again, we beat Michigan both times by the same amount and by the same score. We need to come with their A game this time. I expect all sorts of cheating, scripting, and rubber band effect, keeping it close. Michigan has certainly been an annoying team to face. They're mad at the team, especially in Missouri Dynasty. Man. The Missouri Dynasty Season 2 against Michigan. What a game that was. Yeah, Michigan is they're just annoying. But funny enough, we are going to play a Dynasty with Michigan in the 2016 rosters. Michigan is going to have a Dynasty, and they're also going to get played with again in 2023. We're going to play with the championship Michigan team, the one that cheated with Connor Stallions and Jim Harbaugh. Or we may do 2021 Michigan or 2022 Michigan, because those teams both made the playoffs but lost to Georgia and TCU. So we may play with those Michigan teams. So Michigan is certainly getting a Dynasty team, but it won't be anytime soon. Well, it'll be 2016, so it's 2015. So I guess it's soon. Hand off to Elliott. Gets only 3. Clear out. And I love how that was wide open and Elliott never looked. That was going to be an easy first down. Good route from Ball. It's caught. First down converted.
With the reception, number 42 brings him down at the 38-yard line. First down.
In fact, in real life, Michigan wouldn't beat Ohio State again. Let's see. Last time they beat them was 2011 or 2012, I think. So they wouldn't beat Ohio State again until 2021. So basically 9 or 10 years before getting a first victory over the Buckeyes. And then from there, ever since the 2021 victory, they beat them again in 2022, beat them again in 2023, and in 2024, beat them again. And finally, in 2025, they finally ended the 5-year dominance. I wanted to spin with Ball, and it didn't let me.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Elliott has 30 less touchdowns than he had a year ago. They left Elliott wide open.
Bowler makes the tackle at the 32-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10. That's good for a gain of 4 yards. That brings him 2nd and 5.
Wasn't 2015 the same year that Michigan played Michigan State in that game where Michigan State, I think, blocked a punt on Michigan and won the game at Michigan on the road in Ann Arbor that secured their shot to the playoffs? Or didn't that happen? Didn't Michigan State block a punt on Michigan and score a touchdown that won them the game in 2015? Now we're caught. I don't know where that corner was going, but he wasn't guarding Bobby Howard.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Elliott right up the middle.
Gain of 6 on the play. That makes it 1st and goal.
Barrett still not in the end zone. Finally, Elliott scores. And Oregon beats Oregon State in their final game. So I think Oregon is going into the playoffs if they beat their Pac-12 champ opponent, which I think is going to be USC, who's also 9-2. So we took up almost the entire first quarter, which was perfect. I knew it. That's what I'm talking about. The three broken tackles from Jake Butt. 3 broken tackles in a row. That's what I'm talking about. Lewis and others are there. Shane Morris loses 4. Devin Gardner is no longer the quarterback here. So we don't have to worry about him scrambling, and he was super annoying to deal with on offense. Oh, Shane Morris is going to scramble. Look at Powell just standing there. How did nobody get him? Why would you just stand there? Powell, right there. Why would he all of a sudden throw that last minute? Tackle! That's what I'm talking about, the scripting. If that was the CPU and I was scrambling, I'm getting put on my back. For there, we swarm, no game. I told you, do not be surprised if this game is scripted. Do not be surprised. Yep, we took it away. I saw what route he wanted to go to. See, that's what I'm talking about. He was stopped, but the game says no. He's going to score anyway and break 2 tackles in a row. You see what I mean? The scripting. We haven't broken a single tackle when we've been offense. It's only them. That should not have been a touchdown, but because the game says so and it's rivalry week, it's going to override. Shameless. He should have been stopped, which is why we're going to ball hog like crazy. Ridiculous. The game is overriding my defender's logic in sake of keeping it close artificially.
That brings up second and 1.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Mike's 42.
Got it off in time. Ball.
Number 85 makes the reception. Call it a gain of 7 yards. That makes it first and 10. Makes the tackle. Gain of 11 yards. First down.
Blue 14.
Elliott carries the ball. Good for a gain of 6 yards. That'll bring up second and 3.
Mike's 42. Set. Oklahoma.
First down converted.
Gain of 7 on the play. First down.
Mike 42. Set. 10-19. 10-19.
Barrett with the run. Gain of 9 on the play. That brings up second and 1.
Mike 42. Set. Oklahoma.
Running up the middle.
Richardson makes the tackle. Gain of 16 yards. That makes it
We're not going to cheat our way to score. We're going to play fair and square, unlike the CPU.
Mike's 42. Set. Oklahoma.
That's a gain of 2 on the play. That makes it second and 8.
That needs to be a 50-50 ball that Howard can win. He's taller. Lead kick is up and good.
Mike 5, Mike 5. Easy, 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 easy. 88. Come on.
I just love how I just got completely shoved out the way. So cool how he dived and missed both times. So cool game. Yeah, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? They're somehow unstoppable by running the most basic offenses over and over and over again. Just unstoppable.
That's a gain of 1 on the play. That brings up second and goal.
Sack instantly. Hill. And they had a receiver wide open too.
That makes it third and goal.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
I don't like this defense.
On the field.
Tight right. Pull down, pull down. Mike 5. Check 3, check 3. Let's go. Win 18. Win 18.
So they get the ball 2 times and score touchdowns both times. Yet they stop us though. Like it just can't be any less obvious or more obvious. They're not unstoppable. They're running the most basic offense in existence.
Man left, man left. Easy, 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 easy. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Thomas was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it second and 10.
Tight end left, tight end left. Pull down, pull down. Check, check. H cool, H cool.
Drop ball.
That's a gain of 18 on the play.
That's what I'm talking about. High five,
First
Mike,
down.
high five. Let's go.
Clark. And Clark is going to score. Touchdown. 51 yards to the house. James Clark. Oh, how is someone always getting open no matter what defense we're in? We don't have this issue until we're playing a scripted rivalry game. Say that should not have been caught.
Number 86, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
And watch my D-line be a non-factor this game, because that's what typically happens in scripted games. They turn into non-factors. Incomplete, Larry Washington.
Number 88 was the intended receiver on the play.
We get a stop here and get a 2-for-1. I'm thinking we go up 24-14 into halftime. That would be a huge swing. Nope, timeout. That's not enough. Yeah, they got a punt. We only have one timeout, though, because we called a timeout earlier. We didn't need to. So one timeout, 30 seconds. Clark open again! We don't need all that. We don't need all that. Just snap the ball. Clark again! They cannot guard him. 91 yards receiving. Michigan, this is pathetic. You cannot guard James Clark. On the ball. On the ball. Thomas or Barrett, stop, stop, stop doing that. That's 143. Lee should make this. And he does! Let's go! That's huge. I didn't know we can kick field goals. We can. That was a perfect 2-for-1 right there. Wasn't a touchdown, it's what we wanted, but nonetheless, still points.
Back to return.
Yep, I knew that was going to happen. How did I know that that was going to be the case? How did I know that that was going to happen? 3 broken tackles off a draw. 3 of them. Are you seeing the cheating? 3 broken tackles. Let's watch that. I knew that was going to be a touchdown the moment I called it. 1, 2. We did 3. 3. Like, bro, just stupid. Stupid. It's never been this easy for our opponent on offense. It's only this game against Michigan where the game needs to cheat. Like, I knew we were in a good defense to defend it. And everyone just blocked out the play and then see if he's going to script broken tackle animations left and right. Like, the game is mad. We're undefeated. It ain't happening game. We're not losing. We're going to win and beat Michigan for the 3rd year in a row. And you're going to like it. The first play of the game, the first play at halftime, or the start of the 3rd quarter is a touchdown.
That's good for a gain of 8 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
We need to take our time with this. This is where I need to truly see if our offense is good or not. In a game where our defense is going to get scored on way too many times because the game's cheating, I need to see if our offense is going to take us there. I need to see it.
Number 17 with the tackle. Gain of 2 yards. 1st down. Number 17 on the tackle. Gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
Too bad, game. You shouldn't have blitzed.
Makes the reception. Gain of 13 on the play. 1st down.
We have a collective 1 stop on Michigan. 1. They thought we were passing it. Nope. Handoff.
Gain of 11 on the play. That makes it first and 10.
Tight end left, tight end left. Four down, four down. Mike 42, Mike 42. Set up.
Thomas is the tackle. Gain of 2 on the play. That makes it second and 8.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Four down, four down. Mike 42, set. Mike 42. Run.
Yeah, throw it right to him, Barrett. Right to him. Not to Howard, to the corner. Who somehow knows what route he's going to run, but my corners are dumb and stupid.
Man left, man left. Check 52.
Call it a loss of 3 yards on the play. That brings up second and 13.
Again, is my D-line active as they usually are? No. Why? Because the game does that. It neutralizes my D-line so the game can cheat and script. I knew where that was going.
Gain of 4 yards. That brings up second and 5.
Man left, man left. Four down, four down. Five's the right. Five's the right. Let's go. Red 85.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm talking about. If that's us, we're sad. But because they're cheating, of course he's going to break a tackle. Or he would have been sacked otherwise. Look at that. Nobody knows who Shane Morris is. They're not even hiding it. He should have been sacked.
Loss of 3 on the play. That brings up second and 13.
Nobody open, takes off. You just saw me get sacked. Not him, no.
Let's go. Flag 68.
Good tackle from Bogard. Get them fours up. Michigan's cheating just as I predicted.
Mike 5, Mike 5, Mike 5. Double, double, ready. Double, blue 88. Motion, motion, motion.
Lay down. Third and 17. That's not even open. We missed somehow. He breaks up.
No gain on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10. That'll bring up 3rd and inches.
Man left. 4 down. Like 5.
Morris on the run. Loss of 3 yards on the play. 4th down.
There's no way.
That's a loss of 5 yards. 3rd down.
Man left.
Oh,
Lewis makes the tackle at the 44-yard line. 1st down.
Larry. Mike 42. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Richardson makes the tackle. That's a gain of 10 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
Two down. Mike 42. Tack 6.
That's a gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
Mike's 42. Set. Look for high.
Brown back carry. Call it a gain of 4 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Alert. Lion.
can't guard Clark. They can't guard him. He's got 123. 123 for Clark, a career high. Now we're in a weird spot. Do we waste clock so much so that they have a little time left, but at least we take the lead? Or do we just score right now and stop them and hope to stop them when we get the ball?
return. That'll make it second and inches.
Mike 5, Mike 5. Let's go.
Good for a gain of 6 yards. First down. Reinstates the tackle. That's a gain of 1 on the play. That makes it second and 8. Number 30 with the tackle. 48-yard line. That's going to make third down Michigan. First down.
Conveniently just got off in time right before he sacked. I saw that.
That'll bring up second and 3.
Again, how many times have we sacked him? 0. When your D-line gets neutralized, you know the game is cheating. 0. Zero times we sacked them. They're one of the most basic offense in existence. We've not sacked them at all. Finally! No, all these plays suck.
That brings up fourth and 15.
That's so convenient for you to let that catch happen. Do you see what I'm talking about? On 4th and 15. See that? Did you see that? Eli Apple could have made a play on that. He could have. Look at this. Look at this. He could have made a play, and he chose to stop. Fourth and 15, and they convert. Fourth and 15. And watch us. Watch we get stopped. Watch us get stopped. It's felt like I've had no control this entire game. It really has. No matter what I've done, it's been overridden by the game. See, everyone gets clamped up, but when I'm on defense, CPU still finds an open receiver anyway.
That makes it first and goal.
If it's not there, just get rid of it. That should have been a touchdown. That should have been a touchdown.
Timeout on the field.
So for the first time in Ohio State Dynasty season history, we're going into overtime. Something we've not needed to do at all. And because we're in overtime and there's no clock, we're going no huddle. There's no point taking our time.
That makes it first and goal.
Just love how I get stood up. When I try to truck, I get stood up. But if that's me one-on-one, they're shedding the tackle every time. Stop waiting for them to get ready and to snap the ball. I'm not letting the game cheat. No. No, you're not going to script a loss. Not happening. Not happening. seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? I have not been able to make a single play of the ball, not one time. There's been at least 4 times that should be easy intercepted. Instead, it clicks on and it literally lets me do nothing. This is the interception. Look at this. In any other game, that's picked off. But this one where it's cheating, nope. The game makes my player have 0 awareness and I get 0 animation. Yet if I throw that same pass, it's picked off. Unreal.
That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
Man left, man left. 4 down, 4 down. Mike 5, Mike 5, Mike 5. Ready. Black and white.
That makes it 1st and goal.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up.
The extra point attempt is good. That's a gain of 13 on that play. First down.
Mike 42, Mike 42.
Parker makes the reception. Second and 7.
Check, check. Alerts in. Alerts in. Set.
Previous play is under review. After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Roger, Roger. 42 strike, 42 strike. Set hot. Pass, pass, pass. Hey, hey, hey. You. You. Mike 42, Mike. Yes,
The previous play is under review. After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
man left, man left. Four down, four down. Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's check, check. Let's go, hey, Texas. Here we go, here we go. Tight right, tight right. Four down, four down. Mike five, Mike five. One, two, four. Pass, pass. Tight right, tight right. Four down, four down. Mike five, Mike five, Mike five. Check. Left line, check.
That's the end of the game. The final score is the Buckeyes 70, the Wolverines 68. Thank you for attending today's ball game. Please drive home safely.
Never in my 13 years playing this game. Never. What you just witnessed, I straight up broke the CPU code. If that same play happened earlier in the game, he had someone wide open, that's a completed pass. But because I was just as stubborn as a CPU. It expected me to give up or lose at any point in the game. The fact that I kept going and kept scoring literally confused and broke the CPU. So the game decided to quit and give up and finally lose. Never, never have I ever played a game like that to where the score is 70 to 68. 70 to 68. 70 to 68. I have played in countless scripted games, countless, and they've all been obvious, 40 plus. I have never played a game where the CPU has been so hell bent on making me lose that they just straight up just start overriding my players and just scoring in one play as soon as they get the ball. Trying to, as if, okay, quit now. You're supposed to lose. I'm going to keep scoring. Quit now. Lose. Why is the game like this? 70 to 68. We are the number one defense in the country, and we give up almost 70 points. We've held teams on average to 13, yet this game, Michigan puts up 68. 33 more than what they usually get. And as you just saw, they had 24 in the fourth quarter. The CPU was so hell-bent on making me lose, it literally tried everything in the book. I may not play NCAA 14 for a while. I don't know if I can. That's it for this recording session.